what I'm going to do is just I'm going to round these corners just a little bit with my scraper. So I come and I'm just going to curve it around. I'm not trying to do real tight corners, because as I said, this design, it isn't going to matter. And then I'm going to let this crust up just a little bit. There we go. One more corner. Looks like I might have taken a little too much frosting off here. Okay, and then I'm just going to touch it up a little bit. I'm going to let it crust over, and then I'm going to smooth it with a paper towel. Okay, so I have my paper towel here, and my buttercream has crusted. So what I do is I'm just running my hand. You can use smoothers if you have smoothers. And I'm just putting my paper towel here and just smoothing it ever so lightly. But your buttercream has to be crusted to do this, just to get it smooth. And like I said before, this is perfect for a beginning decorator because you don't have to have it perfectly smooth, and you don't have to have your corners perfectly done. And I'm not even going to bother getting my perfect corners here. I'm not going to bother getting them completely smooth or squared up. I'm just going to do a reasonable facsimile. Use a light touch. Okay. So we're pretty smooth here. Smooth enough. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to color my frosting. Now, I'm using red and black, and I know a lot of people have problems with red and black. This is a super red by AmeriColor. These are the colors I prefer to use because they're gel colors and they give me a good, I don't have to use quite as much to get my nice dark color. You have to remember with buttercream and that when you put this in, it's going to darken as it sits. So as the frosting rests, it's going to be darker in an hour than it is now. So if I put a nice big drop in here and mix it up, and you're thinking, wow, that's just not very dark. It's going to get a whole shade darker. Just a little bit more. Just another drop. Whoops, get that drop in there. There we go. Another drop. It doesn't seem a nice dark red. However, when this sits for an hour or even overnight, you color it the day before, it's going to come out a lot darker. You can see this is a lot lighter than this. And this will even get darker because I colored this about a half hour ago. This will get even darker. So I'll end up with a nice red that'll be very close to this red. So just be patient. Let your reds and your blacks and any other color sit for an hour or even overnight, and you'll end up with a nice dark color. You don't have to add too much color to it. Okay, put that aside. I've put a coupler in my bag, and I'm going to put my number 2 tip on. And fill my bag. Now I need one bag with red, and I need a smaller bag, a smaller amount of the black.